Hi, Virgo. This is your wisdom and warnings for the week of April 27th. So we'll start this week with wisdom. So the wisdom this week has to do with two things. First of all, a lot of creativity bubbling up in you this week, Virgo. It's exciting. There's good stuff happening. Trust it. Allow yourself to be creative without being too much of a control freak about it. I know that's not always easy for you. Virgo, it does not have to look like the magazine. It doesn't have to look like the Pinterest post. It doesn't even have to look like what you originally sought out to do. Allow yourself to create with no borders. Allow yourself to get messy. Allow yourself to make and do and feel without getting too caught up in the final project or in being a perfectionist along the way. You will enjoy creativity a whole lot more if you can let go of this idea that you have to do it a certain way. So let the creativity flow through you this week. Do something great, but just let it form. Let it be whatever it is. The other part of that is working on your own inner child stuff this week. Part of it is letting yourself have fun. I would love to see Virgo in the backyard making mud pies or making a big batch of salt dough and playing Play-Doh at the kitchen table for 3 hours. I think, Virgo, it would be a really cool thing this week if you could let yourself get dirty and make a mess and be childlike and have fun and give the inner child in you permission to get dirty and make a mess and have fun with it. The other part of the inner child that's struggling a little bit this week is with being alone or being lonely. There is some energy in you that there creates some fear around being by yourself or being lonely, and it's coming up a lot this week. You can heal that by revisiting your childhood a little. I feel like for a lot of you guys, this goes back to really early childhood stuff, probably memories that you don't carry, really early, like being a little one crying in your crib alone, things like that. If that's the case for you, or you're not sure, envision that 2-year-old you crying alone in their crib and go back there and hold her and assure her and be there for her now. But whatever comes up for you this week that feels like it's the inner child crying out, don't be afraid of working with them now. This is a good time for it. Now, the warnings this week, one is about being ungrounded and feeling like you can't think straight. It's normal. We've been through some big, weird changes this last while, and it is unnerving and it is ungrounding. So for you to work on that piece of grounding, put your bare feet in the grass, take a sea salt bath, carry a dark crystal, do some grounding activities, exercise a little bit gently, anything that moves your body. And it's funny because that actually goes back to that advice of getting dirty, getting your hands in something. That's grounding too. But getting grounded is going to help you feel like you can get your thoughts back, because lately your thoughts have been really scattered, and that's not like you. You are usually sharp as a tack and smart as a whip, and you have been feeling a little off-centered. So make sure that you put some energy into healing that within yourself as well. The other part of the warning is working on your intuition. Because of that fuzzy brain, you've been feeling a little off kilter. You haven't been feeling quite as intuitive as you typically do. The great news is if you just get that ground in a better place, you're going to be able to fix it. If you feel like you're not getting it taken care of yourself, reach out for some energy work to somebody who can help you really get that ground set well. Some symptoms of not being grounded, or maybe even having a root chakra that has shifted out of place, would be feeling depressed, anxious, racing thoughts, inability to slow your mind, feeling like you can't focus, feeling like you cannot get clear on what you're trying to think about or what you're working on, having a hard time focusing on your work or your schoolwork. Those are all signs that your crown chakra is too big because your root chakra is out of place. Work on it. You will feel better, and you'll get through that this week and be in a much better place. So that is the wisdom and warnings this week for Virgo. I'll be back next week with more.